Ready.
Hi, I'm Mike Feinstein. I'm a Green Party member from California and an advisor to the International Committee of the Green Party of the United States. I'm here in Bali, Indonesia, for the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And like most negotiations, particularly major international ones, when you start coming down to the wire in the last couple of days, things get pretty heated, but you also hold out a lot of hope. Well, interestingly, we've seen a lot of movement, I think, in a positive direction here within the last 24 hours. Last night, some of you back in the Western Hemisphere may have been watching the Al Gore speech to the whole plenary body here. I actually sat and watched it with a couple of Green Party friends from around the world, one from Northern Ireland, one from Italy, and one from Canada. It was very inspiring sitting there with other fellow Greens watching it. Gore was really pleading for the negotiations to go somewhere, but we really weren't sure where they were going to go because, as he acknowledged, and so many of us here have acknowledged, it's been the United States, the government of my country, that's been holding everything up. What have been the positives since then? The Bush administration made an outlandish move, coming out at the 11th hour, and of course the 11th hour is a great environmental movie, but coming out at the 11th hour with a proposal to basically junk the entire Kyoto process, junk the entire goal of having binding emission reduction targets, and saying go with voluntary so-called bottom-up process. People were stunned, sat in silence, but that was roundly rejected, and negotiations shut down then at about 3 a.m., which was great. On that note, people said there's no way that's happening. At the same time, what the United States has been trying to do is derail this process through a parallel process called the Major Economies Meeting, which is 17 of the largest economies in the world. The U.S. has been organizing these countries with the idea that they would be the least interested in reducing their emissions because they're adopting the traditional economic growth at all costs motto, and that they can organize those countries in a divide and conquer approach to the UNFCCC here, and essentially derail the effort to have binding emission reductions. The magic that happened last night, part of the process here, part of Gore's speech, part of everything, was that the European Union countries, France, Germany, and some of the other ones, who had previously said they would participate in the major economy meetings process, had said that if we come out of this meeting and there's not a commitment to binding targets, that they are going to boycott this effort by the United States. This is a major development to derail the Bush administration's efforts to derail this process, and I think it gives us a lot of hope. Today is Friday. People will probably be negotiating all into the night, and let's keep our fingers crossed for our planet, for our Mother Earth. Signing off, Mike Feinstein in Bali.